Hey love bugs, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a how to blend your eyeshadow video. I got a request to do this video because someone wants to know, how can you perfectly blend your eyeshadow so it doesn't look muddy or patchy or anything like that. And I've gotten these type of questions before, like how do I blend, what brushes I use. So we're going to cover all that stuff in today's video. But before we get into this video, please make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to learn any other tips and tricks that I may have when it comes to doing makeup. And that way I'll go ahead and leave that for you guys. Like I'll record it and everything. Also, how does hair come from? Also, make sure you guys are following me on all of my other social media platforms. I am on Twitter and Instagram as well as TikTok. Just so you guys know, on TikTok, I'm doing that more so for my singing. So if you guys want to see me like do covers or little snippets of songs or whatever, then follow me on TikTok. You'll enjoy it. So without further ado, let's get to this video. Alright you guys, so first thing we're going to do is start off with brushes. But before we start off with brushes, please excuse my AC in the background. I'm sorry, but it's too hot. And yeah, right now, lately, I've been getting like these heat bumps and everything because it's so hot. So I need the AC to film. I'm sorry. But yeah, I have to. I'm sorry. Alright, so there are 4 brushes that I use. And they are small blending brushes. Now, before I used to use bigger blending brushes. You guys, like what I used to use, like all of these are bigger blending brushes. I still use them from time to time, depending on like what kind of look I am doing. I may reach for a bigger blending brush, but for the most part I use smaller blending brushes. And the reason being is because when I'm using a smaller blending brush, I can control the colors more, like when it comes to blending them out. Like if I use a bigger blending brush and compared to a smaller blending brush, there's times with a bigger blending brush the color can get blown out way too much, and then it will overpower the other color, and then you're putting like so much shadow and you're trying to make it work, and then it's just not how you want it to look. So the brushes that I use on the daily, you guys, for every look, I use these brushes all the time. So the first one is the Morphe M506. This is what it looks like here. It's a small blending brush, and I like this brush because when I am in the crease, one, I can do the packing motion that I usually do all the time while having the shadow be exactly where I place it. If I use a bigger one, just grab a bigger blending brush. No, that's way too big. Okay, so let's say this one. If I grab a bigger blending brush, it's actually gonna cover more of the area that I like, more of the crease that I don't want to cover. I want to keep it into a certain space. So the M506 does that. Another one is the Morphe M507. Now, let me just compare it to these two for you guys. So this is the M506, and then this is the M507. The M507 is a little bit shorter. The hairs are a little bit shorter, but it is a little bit more mine looks a little bit more fluffier because I've had it for so long, but it's not as fluffier as the M506, and the hairs are a lot shorter. So you can get into smaller places with this if you want to keep it like right here. Also, when blending into like the brow bone area and getting into these areas, the M506 is amazing for that. So these are like legit my ride or dies. I use this in every look that I do. And also, I like to use little brushes like these, which are a lot smaller than the Morphe ones. Well, the M506 and the M507, because one of these are actually Morphe. But if you look at these two, one of them is a lot more tapered than the other. So I actually use both of these. One of them is the M562 from Morphe. This one is a lot more fluffier than the next one that I'm going to show you, and this does the job. I actually like this for like the transition shade to help blow it out a lot better, and I actually like to use it underneath the lower lash just to kind of like help blow out the look, not blow out the look, blow out the shadow to the extent that I want. Now the next one is from Sigma. This is the E36, right? E36, mine's like the number and everything is scratching off, is the E36. Now this one's definitely a lot more tapered. I like to use this to make the crease a lot of it. I can't speak. Oh my gosh. I like to use this one for the crease, making it a little bit more in depth. So does that make sense? Am I making sense right now? So I like to use this brush for the crease when I am deepening the crease, defining it more. There you go. That's the term that I was looking for. Just to define it more, because they're with the M506, M507, and then the M562, these are a little bit more fluffier. So even if I put it in the crease, it is gonna blow out just a little bit past the crease. And with this brush, it doesn't do that for me. So these are the 4 ride or dies that I use all the time when it comes to blending and doing my shadows. So we're gonna go ahead and do a look for you guys, and I'm going to be using the Jawbreaker palette. I haven't used this palette on my channel yet. I've actually used the mini one, so we're going to use this for this look today. Just push my other brushes to the side. Alright, you guys, so we are up close and personal. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. Use this. This stuff is so good. So good. Only thing is that it does dry pretty fast, so you gotta work really quick with this base. But that doesn't bother me. I'm just gonna apply this all over. And the base also like is a key for my blending. My base has to be like set properly. Like I either use this base or I use my P. Louise base. Those are the only 2 bases that I use that are extremely amazing. Also, you know what? Lie. There is one other product that I use. It's more so for like cutting the crease, but it's the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. It's an eyeshadow base. This stuff is really good. Only thing is that is very liquidy. The consistency of the Anastasia base and the P. Louise base is more up my alley. It gets a little bit more thicker when blending it out and stuff. We're gonna play with some reds and oranges and yellows. Ooh, matter of fact, how about some reds, oranges, and yeah, red, orange, yellow. I think that's a good one. I think it's a good color combo. Okay, so the first brush that I am going to be using is the M507, and I am gonna take this shade here, which is called Licorice. The shade there, and I hope I am in focus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like literally cover my brush, tap 1 time. I'm going to look down so that I can see in the mirror exactly where I'm placing the brush. And what I like to do is I like to pat the color in its place first before blending. before going into blending, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my second shade. So I'm going to be using the Morphe M506, and I'm going to take the orangey shade in the palette, which is called Suck. This is what it looks like here. And I'm going to place this literally, you guys, literally right on top of that edge of the reddish shade. I'm going to apply it literally right on top. And we're going to follow the shape. Now meshing the two shadows together like this, you guys can see that it's actually starting to blend together. So sometimes you don't even have to like do all these windshield wiper motions or circular motions to get the blend right off the bat. Patting does the trick. And the where you place the shadow is another key to getting that blend. So I'm applying it right on that edge so that not only am I applying that second shade where I want it to be, but I'm also getting the blend that I want. And I'm bringing this orange a little bit closer to the inner corner. So the way you hold your brush, best way to hold it is like about right here. You don't want to hold it too close because then you're applying too much pressure. You want to hold it as far away as possible. It is uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to like holding your brush in that position, but trust me, it gets easier. So now I'm going to go back in with the orange shade, and I'm going to just go to the edges of the orange of where it ended, and then just start blending it upwards before we add the next shade. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take that M562 brush from Morphe, and I'm going to take the yellow shade in this palette. Right there, it's called Wow. And I'm going to put that in the edge of the orange shade. Alright, so now this is the blend. This is what it looks like. Everything is blended exactly how I want it. I have the pigment that I want. Everything looks extremely, extremely flawless. There's no patchiness or anything at all. So now I can move on to the crease. I mean, not the crease, the lid. So I want to add some glitter. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to clean the lid up just a little bit. So as you guys can see, it's nice and soft, nothing extreme. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more of the red shade, and I'm just going to blend. I'm just going to tap like the edges just a little bit. So it's blending in with that base, and we continue on with that softness because we don't want it to be harsh. Glitter that I'm going to be using is from Fluttered by Ro, actually one of my favorite glitter companies, and I'm going to be using Flowers and Sunshine. So this one is like some yellow, pink, orange glitter mixture. So I'm going to use this. Alright you guys, so this is pretty much it. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something, and if you did, I am super happy. Please let me know down below if you learned anything. Let me know also if you want to see how I do like an in-depth video of how I do cut creases. That way I can show you guys like the brushes that I use and all that stuff, and really like get into depth of how I do them and how I got really good at them. And I'll do that for you guys. And yeah, please make sure you guys are subscribed. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and follow me on all of my other socials. That way you guys stay updated with me. And I love you bunches. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.